Welcome back to the Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host, John Hook, and here's my co host, Kenneth O'Neill. And we are a founding father short. But as usual, this is two grown men complaining about the world of professional wrestling. Tonight was Monday Night Raw, and obviously the most predictable episode in the last few weeks. So, to give you a rundown, Ken missed the majority of the show. Where'd you miss
all of it?
Oh, you missed
I
the whole
pretty much-
show.
I mean, I hopped on for I saw Seth Rollins come out at the opening with Damian and Finn, with the challenge of no one coming out to the ring. That was it. And then I turned on the entrance for Trish and Zoe Stark because they were doing the qualifying match. I didn't get to watch it because we were at a Little League championship game. Shout out to the Majors Reds team. Lost the championship game. Hated, but the stepson did awesome. So
You hate to see
2-2, pitched his ass off and did good. So shout out to Peyton Sands.
Yeah. Hate to see him lose. But,
Yep.
so, again, we are a founding father short. Dakota is on vacation. He said he was going to be on tonight, but here we are. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read through the card. Ken's going to give what he thought happened. I'm going to tell him what happened, give my opinion on it, then we'll move on down the line. So, before we get into your picks, so before every time we get to one of these promos, I'll just say what happened and just keep it rolling. So to start off, Raw. This is the part you said you saw a little bit of. Seth Rollins is out in the ring with that beautiful World Heavyweight Championship title. I hated it at first. Now that I've actually got to see it, yeah, like you said, love it. So Damian and Finn both come out for the open challenge. Seth is looking around for Rhea and Dom, and is like, where are they at? Are they under the ring making out? What's going on? That was legitimately said, and
That's amazing.
Somewhere Buddy Murphy is losing his mind.
I guarantee it.
Then Damian agrees to a match with no aid from Judgment Day. And Finn is stunned by it, and then Seth pokes Finn in the chest and was like, make sure you keep this guy away, because we know how it turns out when he's around.
Ooh, calling him out a little bit there.
Yeah, and then Finn is like, well, your title reign is going to be really short. And then Seth turns around and is like, it's not going to be as short as yours.
No.
Yeah, that happened.
Shit. Damn.
But
love it.
To move on, for the first match, we had Becky Lynch and Sonya Deville with Chelsea Green at ringside and Trish Stratus and Zoe Stark coming to the entryway. Who do you think won this match?
Ooh.
For the Money in the Bank qualifier.
Oh, it was a qualifier match?
Yeah.
Even with probably some messery, I'm going to say Becky Lynch.
You are correct. This was so fucking predictable.
Yeah.
This should have been a squash, but it wasn't. Next, we had a backstage segment with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And then Imperium showed up, and Kevin got pissed off, as he usually does in these segments, and then was like, all right, meet me at the ring, to Gunther. Who do you think won this match?
Was Sammy and Imperium at ringside?
Yes. They were both at ringside.
As much as it pains me to say, I'm probably going to say Gunther.
Yeah, it's exactly what
What?
happened. There was some fuckery that happened. I think Ludwig Kaiser got stunned, and then uh, KO got hit with the finisher or got hit with that power bomb. I don't know what it's called exactly, but and then yeah, got pinned and lost. So
So
uh,
stupid.
yeah. Next we had our favorite tag team of all time, Sonya Deville and Ronda Rousey, going against Katana
Shayna,
Chance
Shayna
and
Baszler?
who did I say?
You said Sonya Deville.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
You're good.
Shayna Baszler. Sorry, I'm kind of out of it. I was thinking MMA, former MMA people.
Gotcha.
Uh, we had them versus Katana
They
Chance and
won.
Caden Carter.
They
Who won?
won.
Who won?
Shayna and Ronda.
Yeah. Uh, that's all I got to say about that match. It happened.
Okay.
There was a
Okay.
there was a backstage segment beforehand where they were like, "Hey, we're gonna challenge you guys,"
Oh God.
and you really got to see how short they are compared to Shayna and Ronda.
I'll have to go back and try to find highlights of that one.
Um, and then we had an absolute potential banger of a match with Shinsuke Nakamura and Ricochet. I'm not even going to tell you what happened in this one because if you go back and watch it, you're going to want to throw a remote to a TV. Bronson Reed came out and ruined it.
I was gonna say Bronson Reed had to make some kind of appearance tonight.
Yeah, there was a promo beforehand, before this match started. The whole theme of this show was there's going to be a promo before the match.
Gotcha.
And yeah.
Someone say Bronson Reed cost the match. Nobody won.
Right. Well, I think I don't really know who won. I kind of just tuned out because I got a little too irritated with that one.
Did he
It was.
attack anybody specifically, or did he attack both?
I think he attacked Ricochet, but I think he did end up attacking both of them. Don't fact check me on that one. I
I have
was
to look that one.
I was pretty irritated to that one because that one was going to be a fun match. But uh, next we had Miz TV bringing out Cody Rhodes, and then Miz bringing out.
Hold on.
Not,
Never mind. I was gonna take a stab in the dark to see who they brought out, but
Dominic Mysterio and Rhea.
can't say I'm surprised.
But Cody mentioned that he has a prison tattoo, so he knows about bad decisions, something along the lines of that. And then he was like, "Yeah, Ray made a mistake. It's standing right in front of me." Yeah.
Holy shit! Damn.
Back to the predictable matches. We had Zoe Stark versus Natalia. Who do you think
I'm
won
gonna
that
say
one?
this one didn't go very long, and I'm gonna say Zoe Stark.
Yep. Next, we had Paul Heyman showing up backstage saying how Jimmy Uso will announce which side he's on SmackDown. We'll go ahead and move on. Next,
What?
we had, yeah, yep, that was a thing.
Jimmy's gonna announce what side he's on.
Or Jay, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna give you a quick hot take after we get through all this, but go ahead.
I got a handful of them.
Okay.
Next, we had Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander versus Indashare.
Oh my god.
Who do you think won?
In the share.
And this was a match that started at 11:20 before the main event. This maybe went 5 minutes at most. Yeah, but Indashare won. I think it was a DQ before it even started,
What?
or it was a no contest before it even started. They jumped him but won as soon as they came in the ring. So, main event was Seth Rollins versus Damian Priest. You want to take a shot in the dark how that went?
I'm gonna say they put on a decent match leading up. Dom and Ray already came out, so I'm gonna say Finn showed up and cost Damian the title, and Seth wins.
Yeah, in a roundabout way, that's kind of what happened. Damian was kind of on a little mini hot streak, not enough to where you say like, oh, he could have won. But he turned and looked at Finn and was like, "What are you doing here?" And then a couple things happened, and Damian lost. Like he got hit, and then he got stomped, and it was over.
Are we setting up Finn versus Seth?
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It's post match.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, post match, you saw Finn get into the ring, and then they have the little face off. But
okay, because we need that rematch.
Yeah, that was Raw though. That was the entire show.
What?
That's it.
That. Oh Lord.
That is the entire show.
Oh.
This was the most skippable Raw. Like out of all the shows we covered, I think it was like Royal Rumble. That SmackDown, how that was so skippable. This is how bad this was.
Oh Lord, that's not good. They're on a good streak there for a minute.
Yeah. Rumors were Vince was backstage with a bunch of execs, but this didn't feel like a Vince show. This just felt like I don't know. If there was a pay per view this weekend, this would make sense. But this episode sucked.
Well, I'm glad I didn't watch it then.
Yeah. With all that being said, we'll get to our hot takes of the week. You said you already had something, or you want to give me or let me go through a couple of mine? I got like 5.
I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna say Jay comes out SmackDown, announces he's still riding with Jimmy, challenges Roman to a match because went back and watched some of the replays over the last couple of weeks, and when Jimmy super kicked Roman in the face, he told Jimmy, "I did something you should have done a long time ago."
Yeah.
Jay trying to mend the fences in the match, which then led to Jimmy getting spiked. And Jay had that look to him, that hurt, pissed off look. So I think Jay's going to either challenge Roman to a title fight. Roman says no. Jay gets into a qualifying match, wins Money in the Bank, sets his sights for SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, it might happen Money in the Bank though. We could get a couple of matches.
I don't think Roman's going to give up the match easily. I don't think he's going to give Jay and them the opportunity. I think it's got to be something that's going to be made, and I think Money in the Bank makes most sense. Now, with that being said, we probably still do need a main event for Money in the Bank. So I see that maybe happening, or maybe the tag match between the Usos and Solo and Roman. But if I had to guess, I'd say we're on a one-track line to Jay versus Roman.
Again, hopefully with a little bit better payoff.
I think we will.
You think so?
I think we will because Roman's going to drop the title in the family. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
I don't think Jay's reign will be long if he does, but
yeah. Here is my hot take. Kevin Patrick is the worst announcer in WWE.
that's not a hot take, but that's a matter of fact.
It's a fact of life. Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
I mean, like I said, I had 5 of these things to run through. Kevin Patrick is so bad. Like Corey Graves. Corey Graves carries Raw. I hope he's not on the Money in the Bank pay-per-view because he doesn't call the moves that's going on. It's either just like a wow or an ooh or something. Unless it's
This may be a placeholder until they get someone else in.
Pat McAfee come back, bro.
Well, I'm sure they probably would, because if they can bring Pat Mack, that kicks Wade Barrett probably to Raw, puts Kevin Patrick back on the pre-shows. You know what I mean?
I hope so. Kevin Patrick
So
is good at times, but man, he's awful as a ring announcer.
I think he's just more suited for the pre-game show. Like that's kind of where I'm at. But
yeah.
all right, give me one more that's not, matter of fact.
So during the weekend, I watched a few of these death matches. These are the worst things in professional wrestling. The
What are they?
absolute worst. Death matches. AEW's
Just,
put on a couple of these. GCW is known for these. They are the absolute worst.
is that where the ring exploded that one time?
Well, yeah, we'll put exploded with quotations around it, but they put off like
The
little.
fireworks.
Well, they put
Yeah.
off. Well, I don't even call it fireworks. Sparklers.
Yeah.
The
That was.
well,
That was a
that
little
that that was stupid in itself. But like the thing of like death matches. For one, nobody's gonna die.
right.
To like hitting people with light bulbs.
Stupid.
It's cool if you do it every once in a while.
Yeah.
But it's not fun if you're doing it every fucking match.
Right.
I watched some GCW matches and I can't get into it. It's just gore. If I wanted to see something like that, I'd go watch a Saw movie. Like I know it's like live action stuff, and you're like, oh, but it's not. It's professional wrestling. You're supposed to tell a story.
That is a story.
There's no
They
story
escaped.
here.
They escaped death.
It's like watching a John Moxley match with light bulbs and ladders.
Yeah, blood.
That's what I'm saying. The blood's already like the Moxley thing, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like
I
there's
get
no
your point.
there's no point to it.
I get your point that there's no point. That makes sense.
Um,
That's sad to say.
but two other things of news here before we get out of here. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, to get their tag titles, there was a rumor going around that basically they went into the office and was like, give us these titles or we're going to leave.
Toodles.
I wish they would have done that. Just said, go fuck yourselves and get out of here. But
Ronda's window's passed.
yeah, but I think it was like the PTSD of Sasha and Naomi, Jesus Christ, it's late. Of Naomi leaving, kind of hit a spot with him. I guess I don't know. Maybe maybe there's a yes man back there, but the backstage politics. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things where it's, they were still top of the line when they left. Ronda's window's passed, and it's solely due to the fact that when she first started doing it, everyone could excuse the poor wrestling and the mic work because, she was just getting into it. She'd never done it before, but now she's a full-time member. She don't have those excuses. So, time to go.
Like send her down to NXT. Like
She ain't going there, boss.
something. Like get her some help. Shayna
All I'm
Baszler's
saying,
not. Shayna Baszler's not that bad, and she's making her look
no,
awful. She's making her look
because she's a legit
awful.
superstar. But what I'm saying is if we're sending anybody back to the NXT in the female division, we need to get Mandy Rose back.
Yeah, I mean we'll tune back in for reasons, but Yeah. Mandy Rose versus Tiffany Stratton. Are you kidding me?
They were all watching that one.
We'll all be standing up for. Never mind. So, last little bit before we get out of here. Lacey Evans is getting attacked by Sergeant Slaughter and Sergeant Slaughter's daughter. I don't even know what her name is. I'm just going by what I saw on Twitter. But
because you pretty much stole the whole gimmick?
she didn't steal the gimmick. She served. Sergeant Slaughter didn't serve one fucking minute of his life.
And I get that. But unfortunately, they suffer from Sergeant Slaughter did it first. And she's kind of doing the same thing.
If she wasn't wearing the hat, he would have nothing to say.
She broke out the hat with the big cobra on it. And it's just not a good idea.
Well,
I never watched it, but I heard she was better as a Southern Belle.
She was, but if we're gonna run with this, there's no reason to be attacking her. She's dressing the part of what she actually did.
Yeah, I get that. That's a good point.
If you actually served and you want to dress in that fashion, have at it. You earned it.
GFI, go for it.
I don't know,
like
man.
the way you're thinking.
That kind of hit me funny when Sergeant Slaughter, Hall of Famer, respect everything he did in the ring, all his promos, all that. Why are you going after her?
That's a good question. I don't know.
There's plenty other things to bitch about in WWE right now.
And we do a lot of it.
Yeah, we got them covered on that part, but
we got that part squared away. So,
yeah. Well, on that note, we'll go ahead and call it a night. If you're not following us already on our social media stuff, you should be. Your mother already is. Make sure you follow us on TikTok with the best name on TikTok at Pop This Potty for the Cheap. Give us a follow on Twitter at the Cheap Pop Podcast, on Instagram at the Cheap Pop Wrestling Podcast, on Facebook at the T&J Sports Podcast. Make sure you go give those guys a like and follow on Twitter as well. My Wildcats got the win against those damn Hoosiers in baseball today. But that being said, go Cats, and this is Hook signing out.
Fuck the Cats, and this is Kenneth, and we're out.